For the first time in the long and painful history of the Egba people, victory tasted sweet. After years of humiliation, years of being forced to bow, pay tribute, and watch their harvest stolen, the Egba had finally risen and won. The Oyo officers who marched into Egba that morning expecting obedience left in blood and shame. And the Egba, they stood tall. For the first time in generations, they felt like a people again. But far away in the Oyo capital, the news of this defeat arrived like a curse. Messengers arrived dusty, trembling, and afraid to speak. The Alafin listened in disbelief as they described how simple farmers had dared to kill Oyo's royal officers. To the Alafin, this was not just rebellion, it was humiliation, and humiliation demanded blood. A secret council was summoned. The Oyo Empire, proud and feared across West Africa, could not allow a tiny community to insult its authority. Plans were drawn. A larger force would be sent, one twice, even 3 times stronger. They would crush the Egba completely, burn their villages, and make an example the entire region would never forget. But Lisabi knew the Oyo well. He understood that this victory came with a price. So before the drums of war reached Abeokuta, he called a secret gathering, the farmers' guild he led. He warned them, Oyo will return. We must be ready. The Egba farmers sharpened their cutlasses. Young men trained in secret forests. Women hid food, water, and medical supplies in caves. The entire community became one silent war machine, preparing for a storm they knew was coming. Then, one morning, the ground shook. The Oyo army arrived, thousands of feet marching, drums of war pounding like thunder. But what they did not know was that the Egba were ready. Lisabi led an ambush, a trap carved from intelligence, patience, and courage. The Oyo soldiers, confident and unprepared, walked straight into a deadly maze of forest paths. The battle was quick, violent, and shocking. The Egba defeated the mighty Oyo again, this time completely. After 2 crushing defeats, the Oyo Empire began to tremble. Other towns also rose in rebellion. Internal divisions weakened the capital. Old allies abandoned them. The empire that once controlled vast lands slowly fractured, until all that remained were memories of its former glory. In many ways, the fall of Oyo began the day Lisabi drew his line in the soil of Abeokuta. But victory can be a dangerous thing. As the victory and praise for Lisabi grew louder across Abeokuta, the whispers within the farmer guild grew darker. The very men who once vowed loyalty to him began to meet in secret, under moonlit trees, behind farm barns, inside quiet huts. They spoke in hushed tones. If Lisabi becomes too powerful, where does that leave us? Today they praise him. Tomorrow they may forget we ever existed. Before it is too late, we must act. And slowly an idea began to form. Not just envy anymore, but conspiracy. They decided that Lisabi's rising fame was a threat, not just to their pride, but to their influence. To them, Egba must never have one man greater than the collective. So they planned to eliminate him quietly. Lisabi trusted them. These were his brothers, his companions, men he ate with, trained with, fought beside. He never imagined betrayal. So when the conspirators asked him to follow them into the forest, claiming they were preparing new defensive strategies, Lisabi followed without suspicion. Deep inside the forest, they stopped. Silence. No birds, no wind, just tension. The men circled him quietly, pretending to study the land. But Lisabi was a man of sharp instincts, a warrior, a trained observer. He noticed their eyes, their breathing, the way their hands stayed too close to their weapons. And in that moment, he understood. The danger was not around him. The danger was with him. A struggle broke out, brief, chaotic, and desperate. Lisabi fought not to kill, but to escape. He broke through the circle and fled into the deeper forest, knowing the men he once called brothers now wanted him dead. And there, in the wild depths of the forest, Lisabi disappeared. Some say he died alone beneath the trees. Others say he vanished into sacred ground, protected by ancient spirits. And some believe he sacrificed himself intentionally to become a legend rather than allow betrayal to define him. What matters is this: Lisabi never returned, but his legacy did not die. And so ends one of the greatest courage stories in Yoruba history: a farmer who became a warrior, a leader who became a legend, and a man whose name still echoes in Abeokuta today. Lisabi didn't just fight a war, he changed the destiny of a people. If you want more untold Nigerian historical stories like this, please like this video, comment more history below, and subscribe so you don't miss out on our next post.